What percent of the atmosphere is made up of carbon dioxide? 80%? Less than 1%? 20%? 50%? The answer is less than 1%. Just a little bit of carbon dioxide causes the greenhouse effect and is responsible for global warming. Carbon dioxide has two properties that make it the most important greenhouse gas. What are they? First, carbon dioxide traps heat as it leaves the Earth, which causes the greenhouse effect. The second one is that it lasts a long time in the atmosphere, 100 to 200 years, and some of it lasts 1,000 years. Draw a picture of the carbon dioxide molecule. It has one carbon atom and two oxygen atoms. I use the image of a bathtub to talk about carbon dioxide buildup in our atmosphere. Explain that image. What does the bathtub stand for? What does the water level stand for? The bathtub stands for the entire atmosphere, and the water level represents the level of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Remember, that level of CO2 determines the temperature on this planet. How many billion tons of carbon dioxide were in the atmosphere 200 years ago? 3,500, 2,200, 3,000, 1,000. And the answer is 2,200. How many billion tons of carbon dioxide are in the atmosphere now? And the answer is 3,000. What difference does that make? That it's gone up from 2,200 to 3,000? Carbon dioxide warms the planet because it traps heat. So we raise the temperature of the entire planet. How much have we raised the temperature of Earth in the past 200 years? 1.6, 2.0, 0.8, or 4.0 degrees Celsius? And the answer is 0.8. Not quite 1 degree, but we can already see dramatic effects around the planet from just 1 degree of warming. Why will the temperature rise an additional 0.8 degrees Celsius, even if we stop burning coal, oil, and natural gas now? "70% of our Earth is covered with oceans, and water is hard to heat up. So the heat is already there, but it's slowly mixing in the water. And when it reaches equilibrium, it's going to raise our temperature another 0.8 degrees, no matter what we do." How many additional billion tons of carbon dioxide can we add to our atmosphere before it passes 2 degrees C? Remember, 2 degrees is the difference between dangerous global warming and extremely dangerous global warming. 500, for a total of 3,500 billion tons of CO2 in the atmosphere. If we start today, how much must humanity cut their carbon dioxide emissions every year until 2100 to be safe? 6%, 15%, 3%, 10%. And the answer is 6%. 6% is a lot. It's never been done before, but it's still on the edge of what's possible. If we wait until 2020 to start, how much must humanity cut their carbon dioxide emissions every year until 2100 to be safe? And the answer is 15%. 15% is impossible. So the moral of the story is we have to act now and act quickly and boldly. The longer we wait, the bigger and more painful the cuts will have to be later. Explain this image. This is a projected drought map around 2050. If we continue heating the planet as much as we are, if we keep pouring carbon dioxide into the atmosphere at the current rate. In other words, business as usual. This is what it gives us. The Western United States. Terrible shape. The Amazon rainforest. The Sahara will jump the Mediterranean, and now southern Portugal, southern France, Spain, Italy, Greece, and Turkey will have desert conditions. Look at China. How are we going to feed the people there? So, disaster. This is why we're doing this. This is what we're trying to avoid.